Let's get right to it. The perfect daily routine for healing pelvic pain: 30 minutes of stretches, 30 minutes of meditation, 30 minutes of anal play, 30 minutes of watching my videos, and 30 minutes of green smoothie drinking. That's all you need every single, I'm just kidding. So the thing is, the perfect daily routine is really an anti-routine. People definitely get stuck in this trap of trying to fix and figure this out and do it exactly right. There's this kind of mathematical approach of logic that's applied to healing chronic pelvic pain or other psychophysiologic disorders. These are brain-created health conditions that ultimately don't have reality in a disease pathology. There's nothing structurally wrong with your body. You're okay. You don't have to heal anything. I mean, there are neural circuit pathways that are being activated over and over again. So there's a neurophysiologic phenomenon that's taking place, but there's nothing wrong with you. Even when you cut yourself, you don't have to try to heal it. The skin just heals up over it. There's a misunderstanding that, oh, it's in my pelvic floor, it seems to be related to tension. I have to fix that in the way that I would if I had an acute injury. If you have an acute injury and it's recent and you need to do physical therapy or do something like that at the level of the musculoskeletal system, that can be useful. But if this has become chronic and you've listened to my podcast or learned more about mind-body syndrome and how all of this works, pelvic pain, chronic pelvic floor dysfunction, urinary frequency, erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, these are all mind-body syndrome, also known as a psychophysiologic disorder. So your brain is creating it due to underlying stressors, perceived threats. The alarm signal is being turned on in the form of pain or dysfunction as a messenger that something needs to change, and often as a distraction so that you don't have to feel the deeper subconscious content, repressed emotions, and other things that are beneath the surface. For your daily routine, I will talk about the daily 4. These are the 4 things that are always a good idea to be in balance and harmony anyway. But before I get there, just a little bit more about this fixation on following a plan, a checklist in an exact way. Because if you think I have to do stretches in order to get better, if I have to do my journaling each day, I have to do my meditation. If I don't do them, I won't get better. That means you believe there's something wrong with your body. There's nothing wrong with your physical body. So it's more about making a commitment to who you're being versus just what you're doing. This is so important. Be more committed to who you are being than to what you're doing. What does that mean? As an example, when you go to do your stretches, it might be that you're just peaceful. I'm committed to being peaceful, to being present, and you're breathing in and you're feeling everything in your body as you stretch. Another part could be like, I need to get these stretches done because it's important. I do them every day. Like, they do help. I got to do it. And then I need to do the next thing. I need to do it. Like, your mind is really looking at it as it's a fixing activity. I'm just getting it done. The state of being is rushed. There's an urgency. There's a pressure around it being done right. There's a pressure around it being done, or like you won't be okay for some reason. So that underlying state of being already clashes with the doing activity anyway. So what I mean is that if you're choosing to be someone who lets go of the past patterns of dysfunction, the things that are actually the root causes, you're recognizing, wow, I'm someone who has been a perfectionist, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to succeed and to take care of everyone and do all this. Who I'm choosing to be now is I love myself, I love others, and it's okay, I don't have to be perfect. I just am who I am. Like, that's a really big shift in beingness. So aligning behind that and your actions also helps. So you still end up doing things, but the doing has a different quality to it. This is extremely important. This is more important than having the perfect daily routine. Now, you might have a routine. You might like to start your day by doing a meditation, and then you do yoga or you work out, and then you eat breakfast. That's totally fine. Like, I have a type of routine. I have more flexibility and freedom in the way I follow things now, but I still have consistency as well. Okay, so let's get to the daily 4. If there is something that you want to keep in mind to engage in each day, these are the things that I like to talk about. And the first thing is a mind-body practice. A daily mind-body practice really is a way to integrate the self so that you're bringing it all together. That could be in the form of doing breath work. That's breathing, it's slowing you down, calming the nervous system, it's clearing out the mind as well. It could be yoga, it could be a meditation form, it could be mantra chanting, it could be qigong or tai chi, or some sort of practice that's really grounding you, bringing it all together. It could be journaling even, or prayer, something like that. Doing something along these lines each day, it could change. You might go through a phase where you're doing a certain type of meditation, and then you start doing breath work sometimes. Maybe one day you miss. It's okay. You don't have to be perfect. But if you just stay in your head all day long, you wake up, as soon as you wake up, you start thinking about the day, all the things that need to be done, yesterday, your problems, your pain, and you're just there, and you're going, doing. You're in the mind, and you're in the pattern. You can't even see what's going on. There is no witness consciousness. You're lost in the world of thought. A mind-body practice at least creates an interruption. So this could be, it's really good to do earlier in the day, like after you wake up or before you go to sleep, due to brainwave states. Those can be really good times, but it could be at any moment. So some sort of mind-body practice, it could be a very mindful walk in nature where you're not thinking about solving problems or fixing anything or the future. You're actually being present. So presence is very important for that. Very important for everything, but that's one thing. Second would be healthy movement. Getting in some healthy movement every day. Moving your body. Movement is medicine. It feels great. It is important. It's not that we're just ignoring that. That could look like pelvic floor stretches. It could look like running, lifting weights, doing martial arts, playing a sport, going on a hike, riding your bike, swimming, whatever it is, it can change. Getting some sort of healthy movement in within your day, right? And that could be manual labor, like moving your body, working out hard. The next thing I'll talk about, the third thing would be eating clean. Eating clean whole foods, like the real food as much as you can versus just packaged goods, bags and boxes and processed and fast food and all that stuff. If you can eat real, from the raw source of a vegetable, a fruit, the protein, whatever you're consuming, eating clean. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to follow an exact diet of paleo or keto, or that's not the point. But eat clean and balanced. And then the fourth thing's really important, and that's experiencing joy. Don't put off joy in this life force energy and being alive and loving the moment for someday. When I'm healed, I'll finally do this again. I'll finally feel like myself again. What can you experience as joy now? How can you feel that in the moment? Is it listening to music? Is it making music? Is it hanging out with a friend and just laughing? Is it watching a movie? Something. Joy, prioritize it, right? It's not that you're making it into a checklist, but you're aware that does matter a lot. So these four things, whether you're healing pelvic pain or you're just living your life in balance and harmony, what's great about them is that they're a good choice anyway. So again, to recap, that's a daily mind-body practice, healthy movement, eating clean, experiencing joy. And as you're healing, yes, you might have specific tools and practices. And, if you're doing the Overcome program with me, for example, I guide you through things week by week so that you're going through a process of transformation. But you don't have to be perfect about it. But do stay committed to the true you, letting go of the not self, letting go of the dysfunction, being in balance and harmony now.